Hello there, my name is Brian and this is my channel. I'm in the phase right now of doing some reviews on travel bags. I've done a couple other reviews on different travel bags that I use. This is one of three that I use often. This is actually the second time I've bought this bag. I returned this bag the first time after using it a couple times, just local trips, because I felt like it was a little bit big. But like I've explained in my other reviews on my other bags, I feel like going down to the next size down, a 30 or 35 liter, I'm missing some things. So in any event, this is my new favorite. Bought it again. Would suggest that anybody out there that needs a good one bag travel backpack, try this bag. This is a Peak design. It's a 45 liter. This retails for $289 on Peak's website. You may be able to get it a little cheaper with some, discounts at Christmas and things like that, but I did pay the $289 for this one. This is a good heavy duty material. It's water resistant to a degree. All the zippers have a membrane in them that kind of helps repel the water there. In any event, I'll go ahead and go through the back, starting with the inside, since I feel like that's the main purchasing. And I'll show you another feature about this bag that makes it a little bit bigger for you. Anyway, so starting off, you got this top section here. This is a really cool section, I feel like, because you get admin type things. I feel like they could have implemented this a little bit more in with the back with the laptop compartment, but they didn't choose to do that on this one, which is fine because people's use vary. So anyway, it zips pretty good all the way down. It does have a mesh compartment here that's about as big as a couple of hands. This is good for anything wet. You have a bathing suit or anything like that, toiletries, anything like that. You've got a little privacy pocket here. This is really similar to a lot of the other bags. Pretty much all the travel bags provide some sort of dual pocket thing, one for privacy, one for air to get through, whether it's gym clothes or bathing suit. You've got a little pocket down here that can be used for anything you want to put in there. Really good zips. This is another mesh pocket on the top. The great thing about these two pockets too is these can be accessed from inside the bucket too, so I'll show you that. And this is a great size pocket here. Good for, you can actually use this as packing cubes. This is good for socks, underwear, things like that that are smaller. And then also you could use these for that as well, but I tend to use these for like wet clothes or either something I want to separate from the rest here. I do usually pack with packing cubes, but it's not necessary. So that's the smaller opening of the bag there. You can get to this bag, the main bucket, in many different ways. It's got the sides. I know Peak Design's kind of made. They've done this several times in the past. They're everyday carry bags, the V20s, I think, and 30s. They have this where you can put the dividers in there and you can put your cameras and stuff in there. This actually doesn't come with dividers like those everyday carry bags, but it does come with little loops in here where you can attach the additional camera cubes. And when you do that, they face outward where you can grab your cameras. I'm not someone that carries a camera. This is just an everyday carry bag for me. So, but anyway, I like the fact that you can access your clothing and whatever else you have stored in here from the side. That way you don't have to open up the whole bag if you are pulling it out from underneath an airline seat. So while you're in this main bucket of the bag here, you do notice that you can kind of see inside of the other portion. So there's some zips here. This kind of adds your compression to the pack too. This top, it's not totally mesh like a lot of the compression compartments like some bags, but it does add a compression if you're not using packing cubes. So once you open this up, you'll notice that this zips all the way back. This can be rolled out of the way if you'd like, and just use it as an open bucket, and then you have your top here. I kind of like having this divider in there because it gives me an extra bit of room to put things on the top level. But anyway, you'll notice here, instead of 40 to 45 liters, so you'll notice it's a very big bucket here. I found that I can put shoes, a pair of shoes, 3 or 4 days worth of clothes in here with no problem. And it's just a ton of room here. You'll notice at the top, these snaps, that's where the bag snaps together on itself to make it a smaller version that I kind of showed you before. It kind of does that there. I don't use it in that version, but I'll show you one way in a second how to make it a bigger bag if you'd like. So this does, like I mentioned before, this does have these loops, this loop system in here that is good for attaching any of the Peak Design camera cubes and things like that. You can also, if you wanted to, you could hook any kind of other accessory in here too if you had a carabiner on there, if you wanted to do that. You can access the laptop compartment from here, but it's not really accessible. But it does, that's the one thing about this bag. You are putting a lot of weight on the laptop here that's in the back, but it is nice and padded. And if you can tell, there's a good section down at the bottom where it keeps it from hitting the bottom of the ground when you're setting the bag down. So anyway, that's the big bucket there, the divider, and then you've got this top section for storage. And like I said, I'll show you, if you take, the biggest thing about this bag, and I'm going to go ahead and say this, the one downfall of this bag is there's zippers all over the place. It's hard to really locate what does what. You've got to kind of get used to the bag. But it does have these really small zippers, and I thought about one time like putting little color-coded tabs on these so I'd actually be able to find the zips in here. It's got these little zippers here, one on each side, and when you unzip these, you can see it adds another, I think they say like 5 liters to the bag. I think this is what ends up making it what they call a 45 liter. So the way they advertise it, this is your full pack out, then it's a pretty cumbersome bag. But if you go on vacation and you start off with it in 40 liter mode, which is like so, and then you buy a t-shirt or a sweatshirt or anything like that, you pop open the extra storage, no problem storing that stuff. And like I said, it does have the snaps inside where you can snap this down and make it into a 35 liter. Just never loved that look, but it is possible. And I guess if you wanted to compress things a little bit more, that is an option for you there. So going outside the bag, you have a stash pocket up here. It's about a hand deep, I guess. It's a good size for, you know, your pretty quick stuff, your sunglasses maybe, pair of headphones, battery charger. So not too bad there. It does not have a whole lot of external storage, so that is one bummer. But the way I think about it is like you've got this part at the top here that does offer that. So if you wanted to put headphones or anything, I would go one layer in and put something like that. You have 2 water bottle pockets that are massive. So these water bottle pockets will hold a 40 liter bottle no problem and doesn't really impinge on the inside of the bag. You've got a strap on this side. You've got a carry strap on this side. Another ginormous water bottle holder here. So 2 big water bottle holders if you're carrying a tripod or, you know, stuffing a rain jacket down there or an umbrella. So very good. This is one of the only companies I've seen that puts the carry handle on both sides, even with the water bottle pockets. Usually you get a carry handle on one side, no water bottle pocket, and then a water bottle pocket and no carry handle on this side. So it does give you a carry handle and a water bottle pocket on both sides, which is awesome. You get a nice thick, I wish these would have been the same, but I get it with the slimness and it kind of goes into the pocket. But this handle on the top is really substantial. It's really nice to hold, really good grip there. And then on the bottom, you've also got one similar to the side handles. It's a kind of thin, but it's there if you want to pull it out of the overhead bin or from up underneath the seat. And additionally, you have one more handle on the back here that's really nice and padded for picking up the bag like so. The straps can be stowed away if you're wanting to just carry, you know, sometimes carrying your bag down the middle of the airplane, you're like running into everybody and hitting everybody with your bag. This is a nice thing here. You can kind of tuck these have like magnetic closures here. You can kind of carry your bag like so, like a slimmer design. Going back from that, it does include a waist strap inside here, which with this size bag, it's probably not a bad idea. You can load this thing up where it's super heavy. So, and I know a lot of YouTubers and stuff, this bag's been around for 5 or 6 years, so they've commented on these shoulder straps. I don't find them to be a really big problem, but they're not the hugest shoulder straps when you're talking about a bag that can hold 30 pounds worth of stuff. So this does include a waist strap, as you can see here, and it's got a little place you can put money or anything else. It's actually a cool little stash spot if you put money in there and then tuck it back into the back of the bag. This bag's just full of like extra little features, and these do tuck away in here in the same place that the shoulder straps will tuck away. You can hear the magnetic closures there, which I love. I love Peak Design's use of the magnets and everything else. It's got this interesting little card pocket here. It's just Velcro. It comes with a little card in here. You can put your name. I'd love to think that people would return stuff to you if they found it, or would they even find this pocket? That's the problem. The pocket's so hidden, I'm not sure that anybody that located your bag would know it was there, but that is there. If you wanted to put a couple bills in there, you could, for your own stash spot. It'd be kind of out of sight, out of mind, or an air tag. That's probably a decent idea. Anyway, outside of that, I'm trying to think of anything else I need to cover on the back. Oh, one more thing. It does have this spot where I told you on my other video, the MLC Patagonia bag has these loops, but it didn't come with the straps. This one has straps that are included on the bottom. This is a little hokey how the magnets are. I mean, it's kind of nice. What I would say, if you're going to keep your straps down there, make sure they're connected to the loops in the bottom, so if this ever opens up on its own, they won't fall out. I have mine rolled up right now, but what these do, this just gives you another way to connect things to the front of the sack. So it's like, you know, if you wanted to put a sweatshirt or anything else on there, compress the bag a little bit, that will kind of do that for you. There's several spots in this bag. You can take these off of the bottom and use them in several different locations. You can clip them even around some of the straps if you wanted to put like a yoga mat or anything on the bottom. There's places on the back. You can actually use the same ones that are in when they're linked on the bottom there. You can take these, hook them on this. It's got a really tight attachment too, and kind of make that tripod on the bottom, yoga mat, anything like that. So a really versatile bag. I love it. Like I said, this one hasn't been used yet on my next adventure because I just rebought it. I used my other one a couple times and loved it and missed it. As soon as I got rid of it, I missed it. So it was my intentions to buy it again soon. And I've been running into the problem, like I said, of not having enough storage, and this always gave me that. Anyway, this is my review of the Peak Design travel bag 45 liter. Like I said, it is a 35, a 40, and a 45, depending on what configuration you have it in. If you like this video and it helped you at all deciding on this bag or any other bags, or to continue your quest for looking for a bag, let me know in the comments. Give me a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.